find yourself saying yes when somebody asks for a moment of your time, or they ask you to commit to one more meeting, or maybe asking you to sign up for yet another committee. Even when your plate is already teetering on the brink of overflow, you go ahead and just say, okay, because maybe you think to yourself, I got this. It's just a small ask. I can make it work. Or maybe saying no just doesn't come very easily to you. So the result is you become stretched beyond your limits, burdened with commitments, wrestling with an enormous amount of stress, and maybe even feeling resentful. And this relentless cycle of overcommitting, it just isn't sustainable. It's detrimental to your health, to your work, to your overall quality of life. Well, in the next 4 minutes, what I'm going to share with you is a potent yet straightforward technique that I call the mindful pause that can help you discern when to say yes, when to say no, and to really feel very confident about either one of those. And as a bonus, if you drop a comment that says pause, I'll send you a link to my free 5-minute training. It's the number one technique that neuroscientists use in order to feel calm, cool, and collected despite the pressures, the demands, the intensity of the work that they are doing. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Anderson, and I have helped more than 4,000 women in high pressure, high stakes, intense careers banish burnout for good and adopt flow as a lifestyle. And in each video, I share one bite-sized exercise to improve your well-being and to help you feel better in just 10 minutes. And again, today, what I'm sharing with you is an effective technique so that you can really say yes or no and feel very good about that when people are asking for your time, your energy, or your commitment. Because one pitfall that really capable, resourceful women stumble into is the tendency to overextend yourself because you excel at what you do. You are known for your efficiency, for your effectiveness. And when someone needs assistance or they need a problem solved, be it a project or they need some feedback or a committee to chair, they gravitate towards you. And while it's gratifying to be in demand, it is pretty easy to miscalculate the amount of time, the amount of energy that these additional requests and commitments will take from you. So we impulsively say yes, only to discover later that maybe you've overcommitted and you are now floundering in all the chaos of that. So that's where the mindful pause really comes into play. It is about granting yourself a moment to pause, to reflect before responding to any request. You're not doing knee-jerk responses anymore and then regretting it later. It's a deliberate pause that gives you space to assess your capacity, scrutinize the value of the ask, and make an informed decision about whether or not to accept or decline. And it's really easy to use. So each time someone asks you for something, pause, take a moment, take a deep breath, and then respond simply with, let me check my calendar and get back to you. It sounds simple, but that automatic response gives you the time to evaluate the ask, its merit, and whether you can accommodate it without straining your personal resources, and whether it is really aligned with your personal goals, with your values, and with your needs. And if any part of it doesn't feel exciting or aligned or good for you, then you know that you need to say no to the request. And if it works in your best interest, if it feels really good to you, and you have the capacity and you have the resources to be able to commit, then you can make a strong commitment to that and say yes. By doing it this way, you're not giving knee-jerk responses, right? You're not filling yourself with regret and resentment later on. So that when you do say yes, you're actually able to wholeheartedly say yes. And when you do say no, it's because you have taken the time to fully vet out that request, its merits for yourself, what it might cost you, what it might give you, and you can say no without feeling guilty and without succumbing to the pressure to please someone else, or succumbing to the pressure that you fear you might let somebody down. So here's a challenge for you today, okay? The next time that you are asked to shoulder an additional task, committee, moment, try that mindful pause. Observe how empowering it feels to make mindful decisions about your commitments while prioritizing your own needs rather than just saying yes to anything that comes your way. When we prioritize our own needs, that's really what self-care is about. So remember, your time, your energy, they are your most invaluable assets. So embrace this mindful pause. Regain control over your commitments, over your time, over your energy, and really release yourself from the shackles of unnecessary stress. All right. So thank you so much for watching. And remember that if you comment pause below this video, then I'm going to share with you a training that top neuroscientists use in order to remain calm, cool, and collected no matter what is going on. So here's the thing: assert control over your commitments today. Permanently wave goodbye to all of those things that are stressing you out. All right, take care.